Good morning. It is 10 a.m. on February 21, 2023. We'll call to order the meeting of the Story County Board of Supervisors. Please stand with me if you're able and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to adopt today's agenda?
I would move that we adopt the agenda, but would ask that we move item 10 additional items to be the next order of business because I have to leave soon.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Merkin,
Aye.
Edens,
Aye.
Basil, aye. Before public comment?
Go ahead and do public comment.
Okay.
That's fine.
Public comment number one, this period is for the public to address topics on today's agenda. Anyone wishing to make public comment, you can raise your hand on Zoom or step forward to the table. Seeing no one, we will close public comment number one and move to item 10 from additional items, discussion and consideration of Story County applying to the Office of Chief Information Officer for consideration the targeted area for broadband investment.
Okay, thank you for doing this. What this is we have to get an application in by, I believe, March 31st. And MIPA, Mid-Iowa Planning Alliance, is willing to work on an application for Story County and perhaps another county in conjunction. We're looking right now to see if that might work. It's not money that would be a grant to actually do broadband. It's for broadband planning. It's the money that OCIO received from the feds. But it's planning that would be necessary to, I think, to be qualified for the next round of rural broadband funding that's coming along. So there was a webinar Wednesday last week that I wasn't able to attend, but several people were, and we're going to have a meeting tomorrow and try to collect more information and get working on this. Our working group for broadband is. So I would simply ask for the supervisors, the other supervisors' concurrence in us moving forward to apply to be a targeted area for broadband with OCIO.
My only question, just, you said it was March 31st that it was due by?
Well, the announcement I'm looking at says the end of March, but I was thinking it was earlier.
Okay, so just sometime in March.
It's sometime in
Okay,
March.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have the most recent announcement.
Okay.
They may have changed that, but I do know that time is of the essence. We're meeting tomorrow too. Amelia, did you hear another date?
No, 31st is my impression.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's going to take a while to get it put together. Working basically on, what areas are underserved, unserved in Story County. We've got a good let's start on that with the OCIO map, but we're looking at it right now. We just looked at it and said, we wonder about this. We want to talk to some of our providers because I think they have plans with OCIO's money they've already received to go into some of these areas. So we're going to need to follow up from that. So there's really more work we need to do. We can't just give them this map and say, this is it. Let's go with it. So would ask that we approve moving forward with the MEPA on this funding opportunity.
I would make the motion that we move forward with Story County applying to the Office of Chief Information Officer for consideration as a targeted area for broadband investments and utilizing MIPA. Is that what you're?
And MIPA would assist us in
And
that.
MIPA would assist.
A second.
Moved and seconded. Edens,
Aye.
Merkin,
Aye.
Basil, aye. Thanks for your work on that.
And thank you. And I'll stay probably for another 10 minutes.
Okay.
I think we're going to have a quick meeting, so maybe I can make it, but I just wanted to make sure we got that in. Thank you.
Next item is recognition of Story County 2022 Years of Service Awards. Just want to take a second and recognize everyone who has been with the county for the 5, 10, 15, 20, what do we have, 25
We have
years
30.
30.
and 30. Yeah. just thank you for all of your years of service and the good work that you've done for Story County and the people of Story County. Moving on to consideration of minutes from February 14, 2023.
I move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Merkin,
Aye.
Hens.
Aye.
Basil, aye. Consideration of personnel actions.
I move approval of personnel actions as listed.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Hens.
Aye.
Merkin.
Aye.
Basil, aye. Consent agenda.
I move approval of consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Merkin.
Aye.
Hens.
Aye.
Basil, aye. Now it's time for public comment number 2, comments from the public on items not on this agenda. The board may not take any action on the comments due to requirements of open meetings law, but may do so in the future. Anyone wishing to make public comment, you can raise your hand on Zoom or step forward to the table. Seeing no one, will close public comment number 2 and move to liaison assignments committee meeting updates and announcements from the supervisors. Supervisor Merkin, would you like to go first?
Yeah, thank you. Going down to the Capitol again today, and a House subcommittee meeting for the governor's realignment bill, particularly about the Department of Corrections and community-based corrections. Was down there yesterday and talked with some people about that. Also, Senate Ways and Means yesterday did pass out the Senate property tax bill. Unsure of all the details of that, but that is moving along. So again, I'll be down there again shortly. Tomorrow we have township trustees in the morning. In the afternoon, our broadband working group will be working on the item that we talked about earlier. I will be out of the office Thursday, but I think I will be on a Zoom meeting with the other community corrections board chairs and Director Skinner in the morning, and probably not available in the afternoon. And I did not, just a second, Friday. Can't remember what I'm doing Friday. but-
MIPA.
MIPA, yes, my first MIPA meeting. It was Friday morning. And Monday, we have a meeting with school officials, school district officials, is that correct? Okay, that will be interesting. We haven't done that for a while. So, varied week as usual.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have, for tomorrow, I have the township trustees, the canvas for the Roland Story election on my calendar. Thursday, I have HERDA and CICS meeting. Friday, I have a workforce meeting. Monday, I do have the meeting with the school officials. You're correct. I don't think we've had that since pre-COVID, so nice to get that back going again. And then I have a MICA meeting that afternoon, so a pretty packed week.
Mhm. I have many of those same meetings. Today I am attending a webinar on the upcoming COSUP grant through BGA. And then I have a Story County Housing Trust Board meeting, and I have a boost designation meeting and SIRHA meetings this evening. Tomorrow morning, I have NEDC at 7 before the township meeting. Thursday, I have another boost meeting and CFR in the evening. And there's an IRDC webinar on Friday I'm going to try and tune into. And then I'm meeting with a representative from BJA to talk about their Justice Counts initiative, which is data collection in the criminal justice system. They're trying to work their way across Iowa to gather accurate criminal justice system data. And then Friday afternoon, I am speaking at the Ready to Run conference. And Monday, I have a potential scan core meeting, but I'm going to double check on that one. And that's it. So anything else?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Hens.
Aye.
Merkin.
Aye.
Basil, aye. We are adjourned.